I thought freedom would be easy. I thought I'd wake up every day excited, productive, and living my best life. Boy, was I wrong. In my first month of freedom, I made 5 massive mistakes that nearly derailed everything I'd worked for. If you're about to make a similar leap, you need to hear this. I left my corporate job to pursue entrepreneurship, and let me tell you, it wasn't what I expected. I thought I could handle my time, but distractions were everywhere. I underestimated how much I needed a routine to stay focused. I thought I could wing it, but I quickly learned that planning is key. Networking? I thought it was optional, but it's essential. I realized I was missing out on opportunities by not connecting with others. So, if you're making the leap, learn from my mistakes and set yourself up for success. Mistake number 1. I completely abandoned structure. I thought freedom meant no schedules, no alarms, no routines. What actually happened? I slept until noon, worked at random hours always, and accomplished almost nothing. The problem with having zero structure is that your brain craves predictability. Without it, you spend mental energy every day deciding when to work, when to eat, when to exercise. How to avoid this? Create a flexible routine, not a rigid schedule. Set consistent wake and sleep times. Remember, structure creates freedom, not the opposite. Mistake number 2. I said yes to every opportunity that came my way. New project? Yes. Coffee meeting? Yes. Side hustle? Absolutely yes. I thought I was maximizing my freedom by doing everything. But I spread myself so thin that I did everything poorly. I was constantly stressed, missing deadlines, and my work quality suffered. Here's how to avoid this. Learn to say no strategically. For every opportunity, ask yourself, does this align with my main goals? Your time is your most valuable asset in freedom. Protect it fiercely. Mistake number 3. I became a hermit. I thought freedom meant no more office politics or small talk. I worked from home, ate lunch alone, and barely spoke to anyone for days. The isolation hit me hard. I lost motivation and started doubting myself. I had no one to bounce ideas off, and it was tough. To avoid this, intentionally build social interaction into your life. Join co-working spaces, attend industry meetups, and schedule calls with mentors. Find your tribe and stay connected. Mistake number 4. I completely neglected my finances. When you don't have a regular paycheck, every dollar matters. But I was spending like I still had that steady income. I wasn't tracking expenses, planning for taxes, or building an emergency fund. This created constant background stress. How can you avoid this? Set up proper financial systems from day one. Use budgeting apps. Separate business and personal expenses. Set aside money for taxes immediately and build that emergency fund. Financial clarity gives you real freedom. Mistake number 5. I waited for everything to be perfect before taking action. I spent weeks perfecting my website, my business plan, my first product. I thought I needed everything to be flawless before I could start pursuing my goals. But perfectionism is freedom's biggest enemy. While I was perfecting, my competitors were executing. Here's how to avoid this trap. Embrace the concept of good enough to start. Launch before you're ready, get feedback early, and iterate quickly. Remember, perfect is the enemy of done. These 5 mistakes cost me weeks of progress and mountains of stress in my first month of freedom. But every mistake taught me something valuable that made me stronger. If you're about to make your own leap to freedom, remember, structure creates space for creativity. Saying no to good things makes room for great things. Community amplifies your efforts. Financial clarity reduces anxiety. Imperfect action beats perfect inaction every single time. What's your biggest fear about making the leap to freedom? Drop it in the comments below and subscribe for more real talk about the freedom journey.